This is a little story of a little gray squirrel called Ricky. Just a common gray squirrel, but he's here in the Appalachia Mountains in East Tennessee. And this is just a little story of his life growing up with his friends. Now little Ricky, he was born in the spring. Here he's just waking up from a nap. Little bitty thing ain't but a few weeks old. And they live a hard life. Beautiful little squirrel. And they learn to eat these little buds. Mom teaches them about everything they need to know. What to eat, what not to eat. And a lot of it just comes instinct to them. But they love being in the trees. And they just follow Mom around. She takes care of them, shows them things. And I've even seen where the mothers would carry their young to different trees like this right here. Ain't that amazing? But little Ricky, it wasn't too long, he's out on his own, prowling around. And this is his spot. But he has to watch for these predators, these bobcats. They love these squirrels. They have to watch them. They liable to be anywhere. Got a lot of different predators. And the coyotes too. They prowl around too, watching for these little old squirrels. They've got a lot of things after them. But they learn Mom teaches them when they're young to play hide and seek with these animals. Here you see an old bobcat. Now you see me, now you don't. What Ricky said. And he comes back out. Always on the look for them. Funny little game they play. But he's got to watch out for an old cat here on the ridge called Old Yeller. It's a one-eyed feral cat that thinks it's a bobcat. But he's not that much trouble. He just comes and goes, looking for field mice. And little Ricky, he learns where all the nuts is, and he can get gone quick. And his little friends, here's little Chucky, a little ground squirrel. That's what we call them here in the South. They're chipmunks. And he's got a lot of other friends too he shares with. Here's some big old turkeys moving through the ridge. And the deer, precious little fawns. But they don't bother nothing. They just the neighbors. And he's got another neighbor here too who lives around close. Old Dirty Dan, a groundhog. Call him Woodchuck. And he lives pretty close in a place called the Rock Motel. Here's Mr. and Mrs. Dirty Dan. Fussing a little bit. But they're their neighbors. But Ricky loves this little perch here, this little log. And it's his. He loves it awful well. It's one of his favorite places. He loves it. And here's a little wood thrush. His name's Woody. He loves this perch too. And he shares it with Ricky. Beautiful sounding bird. Little Ricky likes his perch. He likes to eat his lunch. Here he's got a walnut. And he's going to go get another one evidently. He's making sure that this one don't move. Stay right there. I'll be back in a minute. But he's got to watch out for these hawks too. These hawks love them squirrels too. Ground squirrels, whatever they can get a hold of. And they're watching. Too many predators after these little squirrels. But Ricky, when the coast is clear, he's got his nut again. He's going to enjoy his lunch. And he's always on the lookout, watching. He don't keep his mind off of nothing for just a second. And he's got a lot of other good little friends too that shares the place with him. Here's a male cardinal. Ain't it pretty? Here's a mating pair. Cardinals. Beautiful little birds. And here's old Woody, the wood thrush. He loves this place too. The most beautifulest sounding bird in the summertime in these woods. So beautiful. But little Ricky, he's got his own business. These nuts come in, he's always on top of them. But he likes to play with his friends too. They have a good time. They have a really good time. And when the time comes, he finds him a girlfriend. That's just nature. But it ain't long, late summer, the acorns come in, the hickory nut, the walnut, and they get busy. Even little Chucky gets busy. He knows what's coming, cold weather, and he stored them up too. And even the old deer, here's an old buck been in a field, got birds on him. He's feeding on these acorns too. And old Dirty Dan, he loves these acorns too. He's got to fatten up for his nap. But Ricky, there's plenty to share. And Ricky goes at it. Everybody gets all they want. And he's always looking for a new stack. Always a new tree that's dropped nuts. Well, they love to eat them, hide them, store them, and look for them. So I hope you enjoy this little old video. This is just something different of enjoying nature all around us. And this is just a little story of Ricky the Gray Squirrel and his life. So I hope you enjoy these little videos. Please let me know if you enjoy them so I can do some on different animals. So I want to thank you for watching. God bless, and I'll see you next time.